Actual body is to be kind of like a tank, right? Our legs are pumping and our upper body's flat and stable. Our barrel's not bouncing all around. We're not whipping it everywhere, right? So we want to be able to move this, keep it steady, just like when we're snap shooting. You know, you pretend like that barrel's like the tip of your nose. It's nice and flat. It's looking at whatever you're looking at, okay? Now, if we're breaking out here and whether you're the outside guy or the first guy or you're the second guy and we're running and shooting, when you're coming off the start box, our first thing that we're always doing is we're coming off here, we're shooting generally over the A or back up the middle area, right? We're either trying to shoot ourselves in, maybe we're edging for the guy that's going to the corner, we're going to go to the can, whatever. The goal here is, for me, when I first come across this gap, is I want to know who is going to be shooting back at me. You know, yes, exactly. Is there a guy in the pins? Is there a guy in the back center? Is there a guy streaking to the A that's going to blow my face off if I cross the gap, right? Good. So we're checking this off. And what I see a lot of people do is when they cross something like this, whether it's a can or a pin, because now I can't see this, you know, your gun gets all messed up or whatever, you can blow the piss part of these pins or whatever. You can just keeping the body stable when you come across. I'm going to go to that can and say I'm going to do, you know, there's an L pattern to it. Maybe you want to run straight to it. Depending on what you got going on, you can run a different route, you know? Like if you got a guy going to the corner, maybe you're going to run straight to it because you're hoping that their back center is going to shoot deep. But even as I'm crossing here and I'm running and shooting, I'm still stable. Like, you see when I cross the pin, I'm not like, you know, lifted like this. I'm still shooting at whatever arc that is. I need to get my paint to the back center. If I'm going to do like an L, I'll come across to where I'm blocked out by those people. So now they can't shoot me anymore, right? And then I will come back into my bunker. And that's where we transition, right? That's where we transition over. We were talking about this earlier. What do you shoot when you get out here? So I get out here. Now, generally, I'm going to put my first line on my mirror, because if there's a mirror there, he's probably doing the same thing. And if he's as fast as me, if I keep shooting crossfield or I'm shooting at the corner or whatever, he's going to just be running back up the bunker shooting the piss at me, right? So I'll come across and I'll shoot right back up at my mirror here. And what Nick and I were talking about is this is important because you want to get dominance, right? If you think your guy's going to be doing the same thing, what's he going to do? He wants to come here, just like when we were doing the drill, right? He wants to come here and he wants to put you in so he can cross the gap. So when we run across, we want to, you know, edge or try to shoot a guy up the middle, get field awareness, know who's going to be stopping us from moving out of this bunker, and be dominant on the guy in front of us so we can cross over. Got anything to add to that?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Pretty much everything what Thomas said is just like straight on. And the thing to take away from this, and this goes for everything, the thing I like to add is when you're practicing, always run and shoot, unless you're going to the snake on the break. All right, run and shoot. That's how you work on it. That's how you work on it. It's not running with your head down to the corner. If you can run and shoot, do it. 1, you're working on your running and shooting skills. 2, your head's up. Okay. With field awareness. Say you run your pattern here, okay, in this drill we're doing. The back center is going to be laning. Say you run your pattern here to get to this spot, and your back center shoots your mirror. You don't have to worry about him. You could probably make that next bump to the next bunker. You don't have to worry about him at all. That's where you see good players become great players. That's where you see Thomas Taylor. He knows his mirror's dead. I can make that next move and get the upper hand because my back center guy shot him. And then bam, he's in the snake, crawling down the snake, and as he knows his guy that's opposite him is dead. This is where you become a great paintball player, when you see these things happen in front of you and then you react. I'm not saying do that, but once you pick up on those things and you start noticing, hey, my mirror's dead, instead of me, I run with my head down and I come here to get dominance on my mirror and I don't see him because my back center player shot him on the break and I'm sitting here for 45 seconds shooting my mirror that's not even there when I could be going to the snake. I could be wrapping on the back center.
Just like when we were doing the 2-on-2 drill and one of you guys would shoot out one of the can or the god, and then you'd sit here shoot at an empty bunker for like 10 seconds during that drill, right?
I mean, for us,
it's a complete waste of time.
You can now and generally in this, you have a pit side that can coach you. For us, it's gone now from the PSP for us. You can't rely on that. So it's not like you go to your spot and you look to your sidelines and hey, oh, he's dead. Oh, I can wrap now. The faster you make that move is the faster you take it away from your opponent.
And even with the coaching, if you know it happens and you're on the field, you're not taking that time to register. I got to look at my coach got to say something. I got to register. Okay, now I can do that. By then, someone on their team's already seen what's happened and making a move. If you do it on your own, you're making that move before they ever have a clue what's going on.
And it's in these cases where I always see, like especially in the lower divisional teams, is where you see the guy then fill out to the corner. And oh man, if you had your gun up and you were shooting your shot, you probably would have killed him. The guy runs to the corner with his head down. It's like you could have, the guy's, you're sitting there and you could have been like, ha, 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 ha. So I mean, besides that, let's say what Thomas said, you can figure out the different ways to run to your bunker. To me, it should be a no-brainer with running and shooting. Okay, in a tournament, if you're consistently getting shot, okay, you can adjust your game. But here at practice, your first shot, like Thomas said, over the A into the back center to disrupt the guy shooting at you. And then if you can keep shooting at him, pick a reference point, you know, look at it in practice, or if you go to a tournament, find a spot that you can look at, or you know you generally put your paint, and then immediately switch to your mirror to get that dominance. You know, your goal is the same goal as that guy for the first guy out here, the first one to get in the snake. You get to the corner, my job is to hold the wire, have dominance on my mirror to help my snake guy move up and wrap and get my snake guy go all the way down the field and kill people. You know, it's not just you get to your spot, you shoot some paintballs this way, you shoot some paintballs that way.
Well, we're talking, when you say, like we both said, shooting at the A, we don't like spin our gun, get our line, start going, and then take off running. No, you just got to be able to spin as you're taking those first 2 steps, and your gun has to shoot there. You might miss a million times, but it's just that repetition of getting those balls there. The whole goal is not to really shoot that guy, just to make him flinch, make him know that he can't stand over the top. A big old guy like this, leaning me over the top of that thing's way worse than him having to take a knee and shooting me out of the side of it, right?
You get it close and make him move his barrel.
And I guess with that too, it's not a race. Because the faster you can run and shoot, the better. But when we're doing stuff like this and you want to work on drills with your teams, or in any situation, it's not a race to try and do it. You want to stay calm and controlled. The more calm you are, and you actually pay attention, hey, am I shooting on, or am I dancing around with my gun and I'm shooting over the net, hitting people in the parking lot?
Yeah. Slow it down a little bit.
Slow it down.
Get your lane going.
Stay steady. Okay. And with this, when we do this, we're going to have 4 people playing at once, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. The rest of us, especially if you're teammates, if we do this, I'm going to stand right here and I'm going to tell the guy that's running out, hey, your paint was high to the right, your paint was low to the ground. Back center, your paint was too high, your paint was too low, you were behind him. As teammates, you have to give that info to them. Okay, back and forth. You don't have that feedback, I mean, say, not having that feedback takes a lot longer for you to get better. Having that feedback will help you out tremendously. And this is another part where you have to be honest. You get shot, you get bounced, you bounce me. Thomas hits me, I don't want to tell him he hit me. Fuck Thomas, fuck that shit. Yeah, Thomas, you hit me. Okay?
So the guy's running out.
Good shot.
If you get bounced, if you get hit anywhere, hand up.
Hit or bounce.
If you don't,
same with the back center. If you get edge or he runs out running and shooting you, let us know, because that's what we're working on. Both people are working on shooting.
It sure makes you feel good when you do that.
so your hand up is a hit, and then like this is not.
And even if, and say, we want you guys to focus on doing the drill, not just worrying about where their paint's going.
Yeah.
But 2, and say this again for working with your teammates, you're coming out here, say his paint was behind you the whole way. You can say, hey, you didn't hit me, but your paint was behind me. It was right where it was supposed to be. If I was 2 steps behind it, you would have smoked me in the face. But in this case, you're behind. So
the other aspect we're going to add to that is you can run to the can, or we can run to the corner. And it's basically the same thing. What I just always suggest, if you're doing this in a real game site type situation, is you try to run the corner generally as far back as you can. You don't want to be running the same line you would be running to the can as you would the corner. We want to make the back center work to pull that G. Does that make sense? So try to run that tape line. Same thing when you get over here, you get out, like say you ran all the way deep, you know, you run past it, you go up, you're still looking to get that dominance. Now in this particular drill, say you run the can, that's part of that field awareness. As you're running out here, you're going to be seeing that guy go to that can, right? So whether you slide or whether you're just running and shooting, I know I don't have to come out here shooting my mirror because there's no one here, right? So I come out immediately, I'm just shooting, coming back into shooting the edge of that can because I want to get the dominance here. If you're in the can and you're running shooting at the back center and you go to come up and you see that, you want to get the dominance first over here, right? You don't want that guy to be able to hold you in. All right, so before we go on, let's talk about the landing part. Did everybody listen?
say, any questions so far
Yes.
from that? Like that didn't like overcomplicate the show.
Yes.
Alright, so you just said you like to send the guy snake corner into that can, right?
Right.
Now, what about if you wanted both guys to run and gun there? Like,